Welcome to the Teeter Totter Pod, Corey's journey to his first Super Bowl. My name is Mario Zecca.
And I'm Corey Aberty, the other half of the Teeter Totter.
Corey, take a few moments to explain to everyone what your path was to where you're at now.
Oh, man. I took a very unconventional path, as everybody should know. You see these jerseys in the background. Played a little college football at Georgia State. And then after leaving Georgia State, I went on to have a 10-year career in arena indoor football, which was amazing. I miss it, and I loved it at the time. But as we all know, arena football, we don't make NFL-type money. So with that being said, man, I got into the business. I started doing utility. I went back to my alma mater at Georgia State. I was doing the ESPN 3 games, making like $100 a game. And my director at the time, he was like, yo, you know what? You're pretty good. You're green, but you're pretty good. You should try to pursue this. And I made my mind up to retire from football and pursue this full time, man. The doors just started opening up for me. I spent some time, I got on my first package doing college football. I did that for 4 years, and then I got on doing NBA on TNT. And, I travel now, do the USA soccer team on TNT. And, I met Russo, and the sky was the limit after that when he brought me on with you guys. And, and now we're moving forward. I'm with you guys, and that's the short version. We'll do a long version another day, but I'm happy to be here. So don't ever let nobody say you cannot take the unconventional route. You can, and you can still make it to where you need to be.
There's so many ways to get there. There's no right way. There's no wrong way.
Yes, sir.
You got here the way you got here. That's just the way it is. I got some feedback from week 1 of our show.
What you heard? Tell me. I want to hear.
I got a few emails. I want to just read them for you. This one comes from JD44 at AOL.com. Corey, you look like a young, strapping, dashingly handsome young man that does very well with the ladies. Why don't you stop being a sissy and get rid of that Smith machine and put some real weight on that bar? Well, that wasn't very nice. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have another one from Rich Roos at PennStateAthletics.com. Mario, dude, you're old. You want to host a show like this, why don't you clean yourself up a bit? I can still see the markings on your face from your sleep apnea mask. You can make yourself more presentable. Other than that, your content is outstanding and very insightful. So that's half positive. This one's from AntDog69 at GoldenPalace.com. Corey, bro, put a shirt on and get a chair to sit in and do your show. Nobody wants to stare at your ball sack for 30 minutes. Boy, oh boy. And here's the last one. It comes from AMDNYC4 at Yahoo.com. Mario, you are an unbelievable host and extremely handsome and distinguished looking gentleman. Corey is so lucky to have someone like you to carry him on the show. I think that you should buy him some gifts, perhaps a new BMW or Mercedes. Just a thought. Well, there you go. There are the emails with the feedback from our first show. In all seriousness, though, I did get some feedback back from a very famous guy, a pretty big name in the business on the national level, and he did tell me that this is the podcast that everybody needs because it's something that nobody even talks about. They don't think about what we do and how it all comes together. And that goes to what I was going to say at the beginning of the show. Like, I'm going to kind of call this episode "Our Eyes Are Your Eyes," and I think that you know where I'm getting at, what I'm getting at, because our eyes are the viewer's eyes. Without us documenting these things and seeing different things that happen on the field, no one's going to see this stuff on TV.
Exactly.
You want to elaborate?
Exactly. First of all, let me say thank you to everybody who sent in their feedback. Thank you. We love it. We're going to strive to get better every week, just like we do as camera operators. And Ant, I love you, big bro. I got a shirt on this week. I got a shirt on. But yeah, our eyes are your eyes. You got to think about it. When a ref goes and reviews a play, or when coaches throws a red flag, who angles are they reviewing? Ours. When you sit down at the bar, when you sit down with your family and friends and you watch these games, you're seeing what we see. We capture the stuff, tape sees it, the producer sees it, the director sees it, they all make sure it gets on air. But man, you know, we make sure we see these things so you guys can enjoy it. You know, and honestly, once you become a camera operator, not just a camera operator, once you start to work in this business, and I think everybody can agree with me, you don't watch sports the same. You do not watch sports the same. You know, we was watching the game. I'm at NBA All-Star with my crew. We're setting up, and we're watching the game. And I'm not going to say what game we was watching, but we was watching the game. And somebody snap zoom. You got 70 technicians in there. Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a mistake.
The normal person at home will have no clue. They don't know.
They don't know it's a mistake.
Yeah, they don't know it's a mistake.
Yeah.
But everybody working in the business. Oh, you know, we all. Right. I thought it was hilarious at the moment, but but I think we sitting at this table like 80 people, 80 video guys, camera guys. Oh, so, but yeah,
it's true. Like everybody's just you become so critical of what everybody else is doing, and it's really not fair because we all know what they're going through. At any moment, anything can happen. Someone can have like a. Your equipment, your gear could be getting wet and not even realizing it, and then like an extender could roll out on it, and that's an extender is what you'll go from wide to tight, and it's a long story, but I feel for anybody that makes a mistake because I know there's 95,000 TV technicians out there go, oh, what is that? And even the people that don't work in the business like we do, like in every walk, like of broadcasting, they're looking at every little mistake and. It's easier to point out the mistake than the good stuff. That's just unfortunately the way things are now.
But it still makes you feel better when you just throw the ball there and be like, oh! I am better.
All right, I want to review last week's game a bit. We're going to take a little bit of time on this because we both sucked at our predictions. I'm going to eat a little crow saying I went all in on Cleveland. It was a big mistake. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know about and this is my fault for not knowing it, but I didn't know about their tackles being out. That was a big deal. Dallas just smoked them, especially on defense. Cleveland's defense had 15 pressures and 8 hurries on the quarterback. They sacked Deshaun Watson 8 times, multiple turnovers. That's what's going to happen when you're missing your 2 tackles. What do you think about it?
Well, you know what? First, I'm going to admit that I'm wrong. Me and Mario both was totally off prediction. You know, you got to give credit to Dallas and Coach Zimmer and that defense, man. They had a game plan. They stuck to their game plan, and they knew, okay, if Cleveland's coming into this game missing both of their tackles, we're going to pin our ears back, and we're coming every single time. And they did. They took advantage of them missing both starting tackles. And, you know, to Deshaun's credit, man, every time he touched the ball, he was getting hit. I mean, I saw it firsthand, trust me. Every single time he touched the ball, he got hit. Now, if I'm coaching, but I'm not a coach, I mean, probably in the fourth quarter, not because he didn't play well, but just to save him from being hurt, you know, I'll probably throw Winston in there and just see what you can do with a veteran quarterback, see if anything can change. Can he spark the offense? But I mean, you got to give Dallas defense credit, man. They came, they stuck to their game plan. They played solid football. They played solid football on the defensive side, which you think about the offense. I mean, CD scored a touchdown. Special teams scored a touchdown. Ezekiel scored a touchdown, if I can remember.
Dak had it was Cooks, I think. He had a hot read on a zero blitz, and he just chucked it.
Yep.
You know, Cooks was the only guy there. It was actually great recognition by him. I'll give him
credit. Bro, let me ask you something, Mario. If you got paid that morning, won't you notice
it? You better notice it. Yeah. 60 million reasons why, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Let me give you $1 million before a game. Let's see how many replays you have that evening.
All right. I'll get all of them, man. I'll get all of them. You know what was amazing to me was when Parsons was going up against that right tackle. I think it was the right tackle or the left tackle, DeJuan Jones. The guy's 6'8", 375 pounds.
Big boy.
Micah's not even like 250, and he was like manhandling him, spin moves, everything. He was just.
I think
that's like for real, man. He's the goods.
That tackle struggled. He has the size. He struggled with the speed.
Yeah.
I mean, cause think about it. Halftime, if you look at Micah, Half the time, he don't even get down in the 3-point stance. He's just in 2-point, ready to go like this. He's ready to go. Now he don't have to have this move where he got to come up. He's just going. And with his speed, it's hard to stop him. It's hard.
He gets like a 45-degree angle to go, and he can run at top speed around the guy. There's nothing he can do.
The kid is amazing. That kid is amazing. Yeah,
he is amazing. All right, I want to move on to the broadcasts. How about the show? I think it was a positive first game for us. It's a big first game for us at Fox Sports. This is a big year, obviously. What are your thoughts on it?
I thought it was a great game. I thought we got momentum moving forward. It was good to be back and see everybody. I thought the broadcast was amazing. That's my personal opinion, and I'm ready for week 2.
We should definitely improve we're going to improve every week that we do this. So let's be honest. It's a work in progress. I think the whole crew, top to bottom, did a great job. It's a team. We all do what we do. We all have to do our jobs, and if we do our jobs the right way, it's going to make for a great broadcast. I particularly don't feel like I contributed as much as I usually would.
Oh!
However, though, I'll say this. A lot of the play went the opposite side of the field, and that's where, in my opinion, our MVP for our show, Tony Gambino, really killed it. I mean, he's kind of doing what I'm doing on the opposite sideline, and that's what happens. If the ball's not coming at me, it's going to go at Tony, and it's up to Tony to pick me up, just like I would have picked him up if it went the other way.
Well, let me tell you something about
Tony and Paul Zecca, the EVS operator and the guy that plays it back. They were the MVPs of our broadcast, in my opinion.
Well, let me tell you this. First of all, kudos to all the camera guys. I think everybody killed it. I think everybody did a good job. To come back after an off season, no preseason game, and to come in and do what we did, all of us are MVPs. And sometimes, man, the game just dictate. The game dictates sometimes. You can be the best camera guy in the world, but if the game is not flowing your way, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, I've shot many games where it's like, it's just not flowing my way. It's just not. But just like when I play football, you just got to keep running your routes at full speed, right? You don't know. The ball might come to you eventually. You might play a whole game where you might not have a catch until the fourth quarter, but you still got to run your route full speed. So same thing. You just got to keep shooting. I always tell myself that when I'm in the game and sometimes it's not flowing my way, or I might have made a mistake, or I felt like I was out of position, I should have been there. Hey, Corey, keep shooting. Just like I did when I played football. Keep shooting. And the game will eventually come to you. And there's some games you have where you're just hot. You just can't be touched. And by the time you get done, you feel so good. You just be talking to everybody. So that's my 2 cents. But I feel like as a whole, man, from top to bottom, everybody came. We balled out. And we're going to keep balling out. We're going to do it every week. We'll do it week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know the rest.
Yeah. Well, what Corey's talking about is true. Like, the hardest thing to do is a blowout. You prepare to shoot the game. We have camera meeting for an hour. We talk about the game. Our crew, we have a bunch of guys who love football. We talk the game constantly. And when the game gets out of hand, it is so difficult to keep your focus, but you have to because there's someone out there watching. Let's be honest. Yeah. You need to do the best possible job you can. You have all these people counting on you. You have the director counting on you, the guys in tape counting on you. You have our announcers counting on us. Whatever they're talking about, we have to get shots of. I don't know if people realize it or not. It's not a magic trick when the announcer mentions someone's name and all of a sudden, hey, a picture of that guy just popped up on the screen. Imagine that. It's because the announcer and the director, we all followed what the announcers talk about, and that's what it's about. It's our job. Our eyes are your eyes. Our eyes are the announcer's eyes, the director's eyes. It's our job to document this stuff, do the best job possible. You throw replay in there, that's another factor. No matter what happens, I'm going to be honest, like someone's gambling on the game. Let's talk about it. I don't want to make that the focal point of this because it shouldn't be. But there are people out there, no matter what's going on, we could be doing a game that's 48-0, and the over in the game is 52. And if the team scores a touchdown in the last second and it's reviewed, believe it or not, there's someone out there with their fingers in their mouth, biting their nails,
Mm.
waiting to see what happens. And if we miss a replay on that, they're going to be like, God damn, those guys. You know what I mean? It's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's our job to just do our job, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, what do you want to get on to next? You want to make predictions for the next game?
Yeah. Yeah. Mario, this is going to be a good one. Saints are coming off a win, over Carolina. Dallas is coming off a win, over Cleveland. So I was thinking about this last night and this morning. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because not taking nothing away from Carolina, but we got to look at the competition that the Saints played. Not taking nothing away from the Browns, but we got to look at the competition that the Cowboys played. So I don't really think we saw the real Dallas Cowboys or the real New Orleans Saints. But as a prediction, you know my team, my NFL team. So I can't go with the black and gold. Just can't. So I'm gonna rock with the Cowboys on this one.
Well, the Cowboys are, the Saints are your hated rival for the Falcons, right? I mean, that's a big rival for the Falcons. So you're not.
But let me tell you this before you make your prediction. Shout out to New Orleans, man. Honestly, they make that rival fun. When we play them, they come here. When we play them, we go there. And it's all love between New Orleans and Atlanta. We know for 60 minutes on a Sunday, we're doing this, but after that, it's all love, man. I love everything about New Orleans, the Big Easy, the music, their food, their fans. So big ups to the Saints, man. It's all love, baby.
I'm not going to make a prediction because I'm so bad at it. If I had to guess, my only prediction is it's not even a prediction. I'm going to be very interested to see how the Cowboys handle prosperity. They rolled last week. They're the kind of team that it seems like anytime they get a little bit of success, everybody starts talking about them. Everybody's on them, and they can go down into the, let's be honest, they go into the shitter. It happens at times with them. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I think they're a good football team. I don't think they're the best team in the division. That's my opinion. I honestly believe that they're going to win the game. I'm not going to make a prediction on the score or anything like that. That's not my thing.
Well, let me ask you this. Who would elaborate? Who do you think is the best team in that division?
I think the Eagles are the best team in that division, especially with Saquon. I didn't realize how impactful he's going to be until watching that game last week on a bad field. He looks like he's going to go crazy this year, especially with that O-line in front of him, dude. They're awesome. Their O-line's great. They lost Kelsey, but that kid Jurgens is really good. I think they're going to roll. I really do. It depends on Hurts, though. I mean, Hurts is like that kind of like, to me, Hurts is the only question mark, really.
Well, I like the Cowboys in that division, but that's just me personally.
You like the Cowboys in that division?
I love you, Cal. I love you, Cal. But I love you, Andy.
Cal's not going to be happy with that. Andy's not going to be happy with that.
I love you, Andy. I love you, Cal, man. I love you guys, man. But yeah, I like the Cowboys in that division. I think a newly paid Dak Prescott, a newly paid CeeDee Lamb, and a Michael Parsons that got a lot, that got a lot to show to the league and want to keep proving them wrong. I think I got in Ezekiel Elliott that want to show that, hey, I still got gas in the tank. You counted me out. I went back to my old number that I wore at Ohio State. I like the boys. I like the boys, man.
Mike is trying to get paid, so I think he's going to go off this year. He had a great game Sunday. Yeah. I think he was our player of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You could have made an argument for that linebacker Kendricks. He played pretty well, too.
He played pretty well, too. And the Browns, Garrett played a good game, too, man. You got to give him his credit, too.
Yeah, he played well. Yeah. The thing is, like, that pressure that they got on him just destroyed anything Cleveland tried to do. And they couldn't run because of that. They smoked them. I'm sorry. They smoked them. I'm sorry, Browns fans. Just the way it is.
Hey, but Browns fans, you guys showed up and you showed out there that day, man. That was
they always do.
You made it a great environment there, man. So hope you guys have a better season. Hope the Cleveland Browns can turn it around. An awesome host city, an awesome city. And I look forward to going to Dallas this week.
Dallas will be fun this week. I don't know about the game. I'm a little worried about the game. But as I said earlier, it's our job to not worry about what happens and just cover the game the way we know how to cover it. Then everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
What else would you like to touch on? Oh, I know what I can do. Let's watch this video. I got a special video I want to show you.
Huh. Go, Mario. Go.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that.
Oh man.
You need to get checked for sleep apnea.
And I'm not gonna elaborate on that video, okay? We're just gonna keep going to the next two.
Oh
Hey,
my gosh.
I love you, brother.
I love you
and
too.
I appreciate everybody tuning in this week. We're gonna do this every week. Every week. Next week, hopefully, we might have a guest. We might not, but we appreciate you guys taking time out your day to watch me and Mario tell us about our experience and the things we see and our predictions. And man, we're just having fun doing this.
We're definitely going to have a guest next week. We're going to shoot something this week on the field. So this is going to be like a remote location shoot for next week's show. And it should be fun.
And tell my guy, hold on. Tell my guy, I'm going to put some weight on that thing, okay?
There you go, JD.
Put some weight on that thing.
There you go. He wants you to put some weight on that thing.
Put some weight on that thing. All right, baby. I'll see you at the next show.
All right, see you next show, Corey. I'll see
Signing
you
out.
Take care. Bye.
Take care.